$99 a month buys you a Skool community, courses, a feed, a leaderboard, and a payment button. The pitch is that you charge members on top of that and keep the difference forever. The platform now holds roughly 170,000 communities, and the loudest voice behind it, Alex Hormozi, called his stake the biggest investment of his life. So the platform is winning. The question we actually care about is narrower and harder. Once a creator turns on that payment button, does the paid community survive long enough to matter? We pulled the pricing, the distribution, and the churn math to find out. Start with what a creator is actually buying, because the economics are deceptively simple. The Pro plan is $99 a month, flat, for one community, with unlimited members and courses, and a payment processing fee of 2.9% plus 30 cents on each transaction. There is also a newer hobby plan at $9 a month, but it carries a 10% processing fee instead. On the Pro plan, the platform cost is trivial to clear at $19 a month per member. After processing, you net about $18.45, so it takes between 5 and 6 paying members just to cover the $99 fee. That low bar is the whole sales pitch. It is also the trap, because the fee was never the thing that kills a community. The thing that kills a community is what happens to those members month after month once the novelty wears off and the creator's attention drifts to the next launch. Now, look at the population. An independent analysis of the top 1,000 Skool communities found that about 60% charge money and 40% are free. Among the paid ones, the average listed price is high, around $377 a month, dragged up by a handful of premium groups charging thousands. But the real distribution sits far lower. Roughly 4 in 10 active paid communities price between $9 and $19 a month. Another third land between $29 and $49. And only about 6% charge more than $200. So the modal paid community is not a high-ticket mastermind. It is a small group at a low monthly price. And here is the detail that reframes everything. In that same sample, the very largest communities were overwhelmingly free. The biggest crowds on the platform aren't paying customers at all. They are funnels, free front doors built to sell something else later. This is where survival enters the picture, and it enters through one number: churn. Across the membership industry, a monthly churn rate of 5% or below is considered the holy grail, and anything at 10% or higher is treated as an emergency. Most subscription communities live in between. For a low-priced, content-drip Skool community, the most common kind, the $9 to $19 group, operators and analysts describe a churn floor of roughly 6 to 9% every single month. Sit with what a floor means. That is not the bad case. That is the best a typical low-ticket community can realistically expect before anything goes wrong. People join on impulse, binge the courses in a few weeks, feel they got what they came for, and quietly cancel. A monthly subscription priced like a streaming service tends to be treated like one kept for a season, then dropped. Turn that monthly churn into a survival curve and the picture gets blunt. Take a cohort of members who all join in the same month and apply a 7% monthly churn squarely in the middle of that floor. After 12 months, only about 42% of them are still subscribed. After 18 months, only about 27% remain. The average member lasts roughly 14 months before canceling. Push churn to the top of the range, 9%, and 12-month survival falls to around 32%, with the average member gone in 11 months. So well before the second year, the original paying audience has more than halved, sometimes shrunk by 2/3. The community can still look alive because new members keep arriving. But underneath, it is a bucket with a hole in it, and the size of that hole is fixed by the churn floor, not by the creator's enthusiasm. So survival is really a race between two flows: members leaving through the hole and new members poured in at the top. The math of that race is unforgiving. Take a community adding 20 new members a month against 7% churn. It does not grow forever. It drifts toward a ceiling and stalls at roughly 280 members, the point where the number leaving each month exactly equals the number arriving. To grow past that, the creator has to recruit faster every month just to stand still, because the hole gets bigger as the membership gets bigger. This is the quiet mechanism behind community death. It almost never arrives as a dramatic collapse. It arrives as a plateau. Acquisition is hard and tiring. Churn is automatic and patient. The day the creator's marketing slows, a launch ends, attention shifts, motivation fades, inflow drops below the churn rate, and the same curve that built the community starts dismantling it. If most low-ticket communities are quietly draining, What does the surviving minority do differently? The benchmark data points to one structural answer, and it is not pricing or features. The communities that hold members run scheduled, time-boxed cohorts, challenges and sprints with a start date, an end date, and a shared finish line, instead of an open-ended library people can binge and abandon. During those cohort windows, attrition collapses. One set of figures shows monthly churn dropping from the 6 to 9% floor to around 2%, with 90-day retention in the high 60s to mid-70s. The reason is human, not technical. A drip content community sells access, and access is easy to cancel once consumed. A cohort sells a deadline and a group moving together. And people are far slower to quit on each other than on a video library. So, do paid community creators actually survive on Skool? For most, the honest answer is no, not for long, and the platform fee is the least of the reasons. The $99 clears in 5 or 6 members. The killer is a 6 to 9% monthly churn floor that quietly retires the original audience inside a year and a half. Skool is a genuinely good product for running a community, but it cannot manufacture the one thing survival requires, which is a reason for members to keep showing up after the courses are watched. So before anyone turns on that payment button, run the 3 checks that predict survival. First, is there live recurring structure, cohorts, sprints, a calendar of events, or just a library to binge and abandon? Second, can you realistically recruit faster than your churn rate month after month once the launch buzz is gone? And third, are you building a paid community at all or a free funnel that monetizes elsewhere because the largest groups on the platform chose the latter on purpose? Get those 3 wrong and the curve does the rest. It always does.